saw that sexy walk from a mile away. Your smile, the way you move, got me switching up my game. Am I dreaming? Cause you got me planning my future around you. And I ain't known you for a minute. Normally I don't do this. I know a lot of girls, but you take my breath away. Baby, you so different. Can I get your number? I ain't tripping. Oh, baby, you're so fly. I never had a girl like you. Hey, baby, you're so fly. I never had a girl like you. Yo, I ain't the type to play games, baby girl, that's my word for real. So can I take you out? Maybe we can get back and chill. You want me deep inside, it ain't hard to see. I know, so we'll take it nice and slow. I know a lot of girls, but you take my breath away. Baby, you so different. Quit playing, girl, you know you really want this. Oh, hey, yeah. Baby, you're so fly. You're so fly, so fly. I never had a girl like you. Yo, and all my boys on the block are like, hey, yeah. Baby, you're so fly, fly. I never had a girl like you. Look like a model chick, but baby, you don't act. Say it like with me, girl. Yeah. You got me twisted, I'm so twisted, cause I'm loving girl. Look, I know I just met you, right? But if you hear me, gon' sing that line. Cause baby, you're so fly. Baby, you're so fly. Baby, you're so fly. I never had a girl like you. And all my boys on the block are like, hey, hey, yeah. You're so fly. Baby, you're so fly. I never had a girl like you. Oh, yeah. Baby, you're so fly. I never had a girl like you. I can't help myself. You got me going. Hey, hey, hey. So fly, so fly. I never had a girl like you. Fly, fly, fly. Let me hear you sing. I never had a girl like you.
Be the best of all friends. It turned to be LOVE, and I was your man. So you was my lady friend. We spent time. I found a way to be by your side through the ins and outs, the wrongs and rights. After a while of being settled down, I didn't know how to keep the love, cause I was young. I wish I knew then what I know now. I wouldn't let you go. I swear I would've made this love grow. I spent a lot of time and a lot of dough trying to match what we had, and now I was hoping we could find a way. I was hoping we could find a way to have what we had again today. Have what we had again today. Oh, it's been some time since you and I. It wouldn't hurt to try to find our love. Wish that I would've known the treasures I found. I didn't know until you left. I loved your smile. Just the other day, your girl said that you can't stand me. I know you don't mean that, can't we? Just slow down a minute and talk it out. I've been through my share of love since then. Ooh, don't know about what you've been through, but nothing compares to what we had. All I know is I need you back, and I know that you need me back. Baby, let's try again to find our love. Oh, I was hoping we could find a way, yeah, baby, to have what we had again today, baby. Though it's been some time since you and I, it wouldn't hurt to try to find our love. Oh no, I was hoping we could find a way to have what we had again today. Though it's been some time since you and I, it's too long. It wouldn't hurt to try to find our love. Oh baby, I can't forget times we shared. Didn't know love until love was gone. Till I moved on. Now I'm right back to square one again.
Good evening.
I was hoping we.
How you doing? Welcome to GY Radio. This is a show that we call The Vibes. The music we play on the show is all about the vibes. I'll say a big shout out going out to my wonderful guest this evening. She goes by the name of House Party Queen. I love saying that, you know. Good evening going out to Jane Udale. How you doing? We're just going to be playing some random independent and neo soul music for you. Later on we'll be having a special guest in the building, and she goes by the name of Juanita Wynn. So do keep it locked right here on GY Radio. That was the sounds of Dwele with Find a Way.
Yeah.
In comes the sounds of Eric Roberson. This track is entitled Borrow You.
I see you with your girls and I surely do apologize. Yes, I really realize you're not here for these dudes. I see that big ring on your hand, and trust me girl, I understand. Back at home you got a man, and that's not the way I move. But when the DJ threw this record on, I saw you throw up your arms, close your eyes and sing along. Guess you like this tune, and your legs can't stay still at all. Those high heel shoes, you took them off. So let me escort you to the floor. Girl, can I borrow you?
Ms L Vibez.
If for a song or two.
I'll say shout out to everybody that's locked in via the Mixcloud.
Borrow you, girl, would that be okay? Maybe when the song is done, we can just walk away. And I'll watch you as you go. Walk away. As
Good evening, Afua Free Spirit. How you doing?
walk away.
Jane Udale.
Watch you as you go. Walk away. As you walk away. As you walk away. I'm fully focused on your sway, not too concerned with what you say. I can hear you anyway. Your smile says it all. Oh, now you wanna turn around. Well, I'm not gonna fight you now. I'm not here to slow you down. No. See, I'm just here to compliment.
I want to say a big shout out going out to DJ Juicy
Now get close a little
for a fantastic 2 hours. I managed to catch just a little bit.
for you to just enjoy. I
Sounded nice,
give you more.
different flavors,
That's not what.
house music.
No. Can I borrow you? Can I borrow? Maybe he wouldn't mind. Maybe he wouldn't mind.
You can catch DJ Juicy every Thursday from the hours of 8 until 10.
Would that be
I want
okay?
to say a big shout out to all the ladies of GY Radio.
We can just
As I say, all the melanin queens.
walk away.
of GY Radio, who take over each and every Thursday.
Now watch you as you go.
So let me say hi going out to DJ My, Delight, Lady Riri, Lady Banton, Natural Mystic, House Party Queen, and also DJ Juicy.
Not to let my heart talk right now, baby. 'Cause you get
Right now you're locked into me,
slick talk.
but not myself and I. We have House Party Queen in the building.
Maybe he wouldn't mind. Maybe he wouldn't mind. For a song or two, for a song or two.
I'm going to let her draw 2 tune in a minute.
Good evening, everybody.
Would that be okay? Would that be okay? Maybe when the song's done, we can just walk away. Walk fast.
Yes, that was the sounds of Eric Roberson. Hello, House Party Queen.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, loud and clear. Loud
Oh,
and clear.
good stuff. I just need to get my mic moderator up. Yeah, there it is. How are you, Ms L Vibez? First of all, thank you very much for inviting me on your show this evening. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be on the Vibes Thursdays. I need to change that banner.
That's okay.
And of course, we are interviewing Juanita Wynn, Grammy Award Winning Juanita Wynn, I should say. So I'm excited. I hope you are too. I hope everybody else.
I'm excited. A little bit later on, I'll drop a couple of tunes of Juanita so that the listeners can get a feel for her music.
And decide for themselves. Obviously, on her voice, she's got a superb, silky, unique voice. Honestly, she's amazing.
Yeah, she is. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a track, one more. And then I'm going to let you play a couple of tracks. Why not?
Woohoo! Definitely on your show. I'm nervous now.
No. No need to be nervous. Let the music do the talking.
Oh, I'll try.
One from Ann Nesby. How you doing, Mixed Clouders? Evening, Mr. Martin Winter. Siobhan 35, how you doing?
You make me blush so hard.
It's all about neo soul and independent soul this evening.
I feel the magic.
That's the vibes we're on today.
I lose control and I can't even tell you why. And when I'm in your arms, my heart beats overtime. So much excitement makes me feel I lose my mind. The joy you bring me, it's the sweetest cherry wine. And when I kiss your lips, I melt 1,000 times. When I'm with you, I get so excited. I
Yes, that was the wonderful sounds of Ann Nesby, an absolutely awesome vocalist.
I'm so hooked on you. I can't explain. I just can't explain. I'm with you. I get so excited.
I want to say a big shout out going out to the one and the only Sharky DJ.
I can't explain. I just can't explain. I'm with you.
Big up yourself, Sharky DJ, every single time. Trust me. Anyway, Houseparty Queen. Would you
Hey.
Would you care to play a couple of tunes for the listeners?
Of course I will do. It will be my absolute pleasure. But first of all, as I said, again, thank you so much for inviting me on today. I can't wait to interview our guest coming up at what time? 11 p.m. So in about
That's right.
40 minutes, we will have this wonderful singer on the show to interview. In the meantime, let me see if I can spin a few tracks. What am I going to come up after Ms L Vibez? Honestly, it's a nightmare coming up after you. It's a nightmare, but you know what? But you know what? Let's make sure I've got the right music plugged in first, and let's make sure I'm all organized. Right, let's start again. So this track is I Love You featuring Black Rob. One of my favorite tunes right now. Tune of the moment.
Boy, I trust you and all, but I've been here before you. You remind me of pain, but I can't ignore you. After I met you, boy, I tried my best not to think of you. I tried, just really get to play.
You're tuned in to the House Party Queen. Stay tuned.
Say good evening to Martin Winter. How is Barbados? In fact, don't tell us. Yes, Carl Bassett was streaming twice. We're on GY Radio and Martin Winter's. Why don't everyone switch over to Martin Winter?
I felt a weight from my chest. Now that you know just how I feel, I held it in for far too long. I couldn't tell if this was real. How it feels to be hurt than to love again. No, you made it possible for me. That's why I give you it. Can I get another chance to hold you tonight? Come on.
And again, I'd like to give a shout out to the chat room. Jane Udell, Carl Bassett, the wonderful Carl Bassett. Don't I love his music? And of course, you, Martin Winter and Barbados. So thank you, Silver Reds, for sharing the stream. Everyone should share the stream. In fact, we've got a great interview coming up with the wonderful Juanita Wynn and Ms L Vibez. At the moment, I'm being a guest DJ today on the Vibes Thursdays, I should say. As I've said, that track was I Love You. Let's play my next one. At the moment, it's another track. Everyone will hear me talk about my top 10. This is in my top 10. This is Spotty Otty, Dopalicious by Outlast.
This is the House Party Queen.
HPQ, House Party Queen.
Thank you, Sir Reds. It is a breath of fresh air to have pure ladies streaming all day on one radio station. That is GY Radio. All thanks to Martin Winter and DJ Countryman. And of course, big thanks for Sharky DJ, always ensuring we are online.
Gives me the Dickens, reminiscent of Charles. A little discotheque nestled in the ghettos of via USA, via Atlanta, Georgia. A little spot where young men and young women go to experience their first little taste of the nightlife. Me? Well, I've never been there. Well, perhaps once, but I was so engulfed in the old E, I never made it to the door. You speak of hardcore. While the DJ sweating out all the problems and troubles of the day.
Big up to you as well, Jane Udell. Loving the hearts, loving the support, loving the vibes.
Lukewarm lullabies in your left ear, competing with set it off in the right. But it all blends perfectly. Let the liquor tell it. Hey, look, baby, they playing our song. And the crowd goes wild, as if Holyfield has just won the fight. But in actuality, it's only about 3 a.m. And 3 just done got hauled off in an ambulance.
HPQ, House Party Queen.
Hello, my darling. That was definitely a signal to come off now. I was enjoying myself too much there. Over to you, Ms L Vibez.
Okay, let me play you a version of that song I'm sure you're gonna love. Take a listen, guys. Beeline Crew.
We be like, he be like, she be like, we be like, he be like.
How you come just bust me up like that? Just rewind that tune, please. Rewind it. Beat me up all over the place.
Counteraction 2.
He be like, she be like, we be like, he be like.
Gotta say shout out going out to Sir Reds. How you doing? Big shout out going out to the House Party Queen. Oh my days. I'm so glad you're here. Do you know that? I'm glad you're here as my special guest.
dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Big shout out to everybody listening on the GY radio.
Oh, hey, hey, hey. I'm trying to decide which way to go. I made a wrong turn back there, so
This is the Vibes Thursdays. We ain't planned nothing, you know.
I'm trying
We're just drawing tunes.
to decide which way.
Later on, we're going to have the special guest, Juanita Wynn, in the building.
There's somewhere. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? I tried to move, but I lost my way.
Easy J Newdale.
Didn't you know? Didn't you know? I stopped to watch.
So Reds,
Choose way.
Martin Winter,
Didn't you know? Didn't you know? I knew that
Carl Bassett,
you would not pay. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? You never know where the cards may lay. Time to save the world, and where in the world is all the time, and so many things I still don't know, and so many times I've changed my mind. I guess I was born to make mistakes, but I ain't scared to take the way. So when I stumble off the path, I know my heart will guide me back. Oh, hey,
and fewer free spirits.
I'm trying to.
Shout out going out to you, girl. Yes, in a short while, we'll be taking a short commercial break on GY Radio, but not here.
So,
Not on the Mixcloud.
oh, hey, hey, hey.
Hey, Dubs in the building. How you doing?
Which way to go?
Welcome, sir, and big up yourself for yesterday on the Random Wednesdays. You were absolutely amazing.
Long time back there somewhere. Back there somewhere.
Didn't you know?
Try to love, but I lost my way. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? I stopped to watch my emotions sway. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? I knew the toll, but I would not pay. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? You never know when the cards may lay.
Ms L Vibez.
Playing some randoms.
They say you can't miss, no, what you never had. Oh, but I miss this feeling so bad. Being around
Anything goes today
loving me.
while we wait for Juanita Wynn to join us.
If I never had to leave the place I call home, I wanna
Yes, so today on the Vibes Thursdays, we have my special guest, Alison, aka the House Party Queen. And later on, we're going to have Juanita Wynn. And we're having a little chat with her. Hey, Christine. She said, pull up.
They say you can't miss, no, what you never had. Oh, but I miss this feeling so bad. Being around my family, grandma loving me. Oh, I wonder how it'd be if I never had to leave the place I call home. I wanna go bed, clear sky, I need it. Even if it's only on vacation. 5 years old, I had to leave the leaders, and the murders had us all going crazy. Wish I could speak to all the rebels in the east. Wish I could hit them with some wisdom from the trees, so they really know the value of their soul. Black power equals black gold. I wanna go home. Home. I want to go home. I wanna go home.
So that was one from Deja Bell.
I wanna go home. Oh, that's my home. People, oh, the people of the home. Oh, the people that I love.
One more.
Can't explain what you seem to do. Ooh, your sweet smelling body and the way you move, girl, it just turns me on, and you know it too. Oh, so
big shout out going out to all the Mixclouders locked in, all the GY Radio crew, everybody on the Facebook, YouTubers, wherever you may be. Big shout outs going out to all you guys.
Girl, your sexy ways, like the way you talk. Ooh, I even get butterflies when you get up and walk. Ooh, I had some sweet honey in my life, but not quite like you. Baby, please tell me your secret.
Don't forget, guys, share the link, share the link. In about 20 minutes or so, we'll be having the wonderful Juanita Wynn in the building.
Now, baby, tell me what it is she do to me, oh, baby.
Straight after this one, I'm going to allow, you know, House Party Queen to draw two tune. Big up yourself, Sharky DJ.
Sugar babe, oh sugar baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh babe.
We're just playing some randoms, independent and neo soul tunes. It's called the Vibes Thursdays because we just roll with the vibes. No particular order, just playing tunes.
Oh, baby, what you do? Ooh, I like the way you go. I like the stylish clothes you wear. It's just the innocent thing to do to show how much I really care.
Okay, House Party Queen.
Oh, are you ready for me now? Again. Is it my turn again already?
your
I
turn
thought I was just
again.
going to be talking on this show today. I didn't think I'll be spinning tracks. I didn't actually get a good library together after I just bust that tune and then you just come with just mash it all up for me. It's completely just obliterated me somewhere into the stratosphere. So I don't even want to play tunes anymore now. I want to go home.
I wanna go home.
Anyway, as you said, we're playing some independent neo soul artists. I'm sure you've heard me spin these guys before. They're favourites of mine. They really are. And one of the first ones I'm going to play is this one. This is DJmitsu. Let's play a bit of this to smooth it up just a tad.
Tune.
Okay, you know this is time. It's 20 to 11. It's late. And we are expecting Juanita Wynn coming in at 11 p.m. with myself, the House Party Queen, and Ms L Vibez.
HPQ, House Party Queen.
Well, I hope you are all bubbling. I think it's a Red said. He's bubbling at work. Big shout out to all the ladies of GY Radio, all the lady DJs of DY Radio. GY Radio, I should say.
Nowhere.
DJ Tony Don, good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Tony Don.
Yes, good evening, Tony Don. Should we say it again, Ms L Vibez?
Good evening, Tony Don.
Good evening, Tony Don.
There's nowhere but right here. Find my love where you won't find my anywhere.
Now, let's see if Sharky DJ is listening to the Mixcloud, because I've been told that he needs to remove himself from the Random Wednesday spot. Should House Party Queen step in? I don't know, I'm mixing up my words today. Should House Party Queen step in? No, says Lorraine. No. But let me make my next tune. This is another favourite independent artist of mine. You know this one as well. Ms L Vibez. You know this one. Just want to smooth it down before the top hour of 11 p.m. before the lovely Juanita Wynn comes in.
The night has turned to day, my lover, and the dawn meets me again. Missed another evening.
Aw, don't laugh, Sharky. You know I'm a contender.
And I really need a friend.
Slow it up, just keep it nice and steady, yeah. I miss your kisses, and for you I'm ready, yeah. You don't have to
like
make
standing Stand up, I do.
Yeah, stand up, stand up, stand up.
Standing up and dancing.
Can't spend my life making time for so many things to do. Cause what's the use in making time?
Tune into the house party queen. Keep it locked.
Got money to make and bills to pay, but baby we're overdue. Make the time, love. Take some time, love. The winter turns to spring, my lover, and the seasons start to change.
Well, you know, I'm very aware we've got 15 minutes to go before the end. Well, not before the end of the show, before we bring on the fabulous Juanita Wynn. And I'm watching the chat in the Mixcloud, and yeah, Sharky's saying, so Reds, you would love that, and I wouldn't mind. Thank you, Carl Bassett. Yes, I can draw some tunes, I hope. And in terms of some of the chat that's been going on, there's going to be a new night coming up very, very, very soon, which I'll announce. It will be, we'll have some male DJs up versus some women DJs, and we will get the Mixclouders to vote to see who are playing the best tracks. But over to you, Ms L Vibez. This is over to you.
Okay, let me play a couple then.
There was this daddy.
Thank you, House Party Queen. You dropped
See,
some tunes.
Listen, already you just need to just rewind that. I know this tune. I just know the intro.
Taking you on a trip down memory lane. Big yourself, Carl Bassett. Yes. House Party Queen always draws tune, let me tell you.
Making the ghetto feel hot. Let's see what you say. I let them know.
Met him on a Thursday. Sunny afternoon, cumulus cloud, 84 degrees.
It's all about the neo soul vibes this evening.
Said he wanted to talk about my mission. Listen to my past life. Took me on long walks to places where butterflies rest easy. Talked about Moses and Mumia, reparation, blue colors, memories of shelter. Oh yeah, yeah, he was great.
Could you possibly rewind and come again?
Okay.
One more time.
Lyrics between the trees. She was the
Big up yourself, Carl Bassett. Big up yourself, Sir Reds. House Party Queen. The sounds of Jill Scott featuring Mos Def. It's a tune.
I say love.
I'm loving the Vibes Thursdays, you know. You can just play anything.
Brand new and live from Jill Scott, making the ghetto.
Just draw tune.
Let's see what you say. I let them know.
Met him on a Thursday. Sunny afternoon.
Last week on the Vibes Thursday, it was all about lovers rock. That's how the vibes is going on. It depends how I'm feeling.
Said he wanted to talk about my.
It was a nice show as well.
Listen to my past life.
Jill Scott
took me on long walks to places where butterflies rest easy. Talked about Moses and Mumia, reparation, blue colors, memories of shelter. Oh yeah, yeah, he was fresh, like summer peaches, sweet on my mind, like and penny candy. Oh, love rain down.
Say what you say. I say love. I love rain down. Say what you say. I say love. I love rain down. Say what you say. I say love. I love rain down. Say what you say.
The rain was falling slowly and sweetly, and stringing my eyes, and I could not see that he became my voodoo priest.
Sometimes it's just nice to go back into time, don't you think, House Party Queen? I just love it.
Wide open.
It's It's nice to play the new stuff, but sometimes it's nice just to go back in time and revisit some of the good tunes that used to be out back in the days. Easy, Sharky DJ.
Love rain and rain down. Say what you say. I say love. I love rain and rain down. Say what you say. I say love. I love rain and rain down. Say what you say. I say love. I love rain. You said it's coming.
As we move, Neo Soul.
Sexual conversation.
Oh gosh.
Get you in the mood. Oh, mental stimulation to make your body move, yeah, yeah. I'm on my way now. Oh Lord, get ready, don't keep me waiting. I'll hit you up when I get outside. Picked her up and went back to my place. She ain't going home till tomorrow.
This is the sounds of Glenn Lewis, and he's going back for more, you know. One time is not enough.
Said that she'll be coming back some more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like whoa, 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 whoa. And your body like yeah, yeah. Your body like whoa, 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 whoa. All night, feel me so deep, so deep. I feel your legs trembling, wrapped around me, wrapped around me. I hear you when you win now. Hey, slow up, don't rush, I ain't going nowhere. Oh, I'm coming, you're coming around the same time. Yeah, till tomorrow.
Sarez says him huggish.
Back for more.
Some girls like it like that, you know.
They certainly do.
Her body's like yeah, 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 yeah. Your body like yeah, 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 yeah. Twist your body like twist your body like
Cardinal and you the girl them case easy. Beside the girl she says she well want please me. Even though me go on gangster attitude greasy. Me play with the punani like a piano player.
Oh gosh.
I'm a certified pimp cause I ain't paying up. Who me? The female Vanessa. Juicy suit undresser. Every chick I touch got them under pressure. And I'm all like clear the knees down to
This tune,
Vanessa.
by rights, should have had a rewind. By rights.
It's never too late. Let me rewind it.
Tune up, yes.
One more
You got
time,
me
just for
jumping.
you, House Party Queen.
You got me jumping.
One more time for the TLP, the sounds of Glenn Lewis. This is back for more. One time, two time, three times.
sexual conversation to get you in the mood.
Think of yourself, dubs.
Mental stimulation to make your body move.
You hear him, but mental stimulation.
I was just about to say, so important. Give me the mental stimulation as well. Gotta come with it. Listen to that, men. Mental stimulation for women, not just the sexual stimulation.
Back to my place, she ain't going home till tomorrow. Keep on me screaming, coming back for more. Keep on me screaming, coming back for more. She said she was safe for the weekend, but we'll both be done by tomorrow. Said that
she'll be coming back some more.
Back for the week.
Body's like yeah, 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 yeah. She have a body like go, go, go. Whoa, whoa. Your body like yeah, 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 yeah. Your body like go, go, go. Oh, night.
Big up all the Mixclouders locked in.
So
do say hello, do say hello. Let me see who's in.
I feel your legs trembling, wrapped around me.
Easy Siobhan 35.
I hear you wanna win now. Hey, slow up, don't rush, I ain't going nowhere. Oh, I'm coming, you're coming around the same time. Yeah, till tomorrow. He got me screaming, coming back for more. She said she was safe for the weekend, but we both be done by tomorrow. Said that she be coming back for more. Said that she be coming back. Her body's like
Yes. Just going to play this one. Then we're going to hand you over to the lovely house party queen. While I check on our special guest and check she's okay.
So you wish me say easy. Cardinal a duty girl them case easy. Beside the girl she says she well want please me. Even though me go on gangster attitude greasy. Me play with the pun on the
So Tony Don says the men need mental and financial stimulation, house party queen.
About that. Men don't need no financial stimulation. They have enough.
I be the big party toucher. When a man them stepping on the place, you love your man even less. Middle sexual weapon.
Hey, Tony Don, what you saying? Refix on this one, innit? I reckon it can work, you know. It can work.
We own the dance floor, Mr. Cardinal and Glenn back for more. You don't get me though.
Hit your pump and went back to my place. Ain't going home till tomorrow.
I like how Tony Don works, you know. You'll be playing a tune and then about 10 minutes later, you'll get a message and it's Tony Don and he's refixed it. How mad is that? He's just brilliant. Tony Don, don't even talk about eating, yeah? You ain't going to Burger King today. House party queen, it's over to you.
You guys are giving me far too much joke in here today. Really, you are. Honestly, it's been way too much fun. I want to come on your show every week, Ms L Vibez.
That's
definitely. But anyway, since you were changing the flavour of the music, I thought I'd go a little bit back as well to some of the tracks. This is always all about what House Party Queen likes. And I always talk about my top 10s, right? Top 10 track.
Something about her, you know. Just the way that she carries herself, she's just so bad.
You said we could mix it up and we could bring in some different stuff. Well, this is Babyface, and there she goes.
Her style, her mind, compares to nothing on this earth. She's not the kind you share. Only God knows what she's worth. I got to show her that I want her. I recognize that she is bad. If I can't have her, then I go crazy. Spending all my time just chasing. I got to show her that
Sharky DJ is hungry. When is he not hungry? Absolute memories. I used to dance like I could dance to this tune. Like I was a proper dancer. Proper went for it.
You know, me too.
HPQ, House Party Queen. Well, I like to listen to the House Party Queen
course, she has a wonderful selection. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, old boy. Very much so.
I know it's not too ghetto. I know it's not too ghetto. I said I know it's not too ghetto. You better check yourself. Respect
This
yourself.
is
You
the
better
house
know
party
yourself
queen.
because I flow for self. I'll tell you why there's no love. Simply you're not cool enough.
Well, I hope you guys are all ready for our next guest. That's coming up shortly.
Don't you know you love
Lorraine, just checking. You shared the new stream, right? So this is going out to all the women that gets no love. I hope you do this year. Wow, Ms L Vibez, it's just about that time for our guest. I'm going to hand it over to you to spin the tunes, and as we await our guest, thank you so much for allowing me to play music. That's the end of my session.
For now. You're not getting away with this one. Anyway, yeah, so like I said, in just a few minutes, we will be having our special guest, Juanita Wynn, the lovely Juanita Wynn, Grammy Award Winning Juanita Wynn in the building. So I'm just going to drop a track by her. Well, this is actually Angie Stone featuring Juanita Wynn. So take a listen to this one. Let's get you in the mood for some Juanita.
Funny how the ones who used to make you laugh slipped away so fast. Now they're in your past. Wondering about what you could have done. It'll make you think sometimes. Tomorrow's never promised, so you best prepare. Never know when your creator's gonna call you there. Shake it out, work it out. If you give it there, and just think sometimes.
Juanita Wynn, our special guest for the evening. In just a few minutes, we will be having a little chat with her.
Get up tomorrow morning, do it all again. Life can make you think sometimes. 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 You're leaning on your car door, flexing like you're hardcore, trying to make everybody think that you got much more. Better recognize in the twinkling of an eye, it'll be all gone. You're spending too much energy on the negativity. Gotta stop your pulling beat. Can't you see you're draining me? That ain't the way to live, no. 'Cause every day you got breath to pray. Ought to thank the Lord that He made a way for you to wake up this morning, watch the sun come up. Best believe somebody didn't have your luck. Don't take for granted that it can't be you. You still got the whole day to get through. To make it in, count your blessings then. Get up tomorrow morning, do it all again. Life can make you think sometimes. Life will make you think sometimes. Life can make you think sometimes. Life can make you think sometimes. Remember Billy Bang, always walking with a swag. Gave from his heart, 'cause that's all he ever had. Set him up, now he's gone, bless his heart. It'll make you think sometime. 10 years on lockdown from your family, and you're a snitch. Yet the
Loving this song.
Make no kind sense to me. Every day.
So guys, are you ready
that he made
for the beautiful, the wonderful, Grammy Award winning Juanita Wynn? If you're ready, put ready in the chat, guys.
You still got the whole day to get through. If you make it in, count your blessings then. Get up tomorrow morning, do it all again. It'll make you think sometimes. Change your mind.
Yes. Make yourself some red. Okay, guys, so we have backstage our beautiful guest, Juanita Wynn. She's a Grammy Award winning singer, and songwriter. She's evoked sensations of love, joy, peace, and encouragement through her music. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to bring her straight in. Hello, Juanita.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Let's just change this settings. House Party Queen, if you can adjust the settings so we can see Juanita clearly.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you clearly. I think we've got our engineer in the background just setting it so we can see you. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Juanita Wynn, you put us all to shame. You're looking so glamorous. You really are.
She's beautiful.
Yeah. I love, and that was me on the background of the song.
By the way, your phone is cutting out slightly. I can't hear you too well. Yeah, time to put in the headphones.
Is that better?
Much better.
Much
better.
Okay. I was saying that was me on the background of that song with Angie Stone. Life will make you think sometimes.
Yeah.
That's my girl. I was talking to her today, and I just love her music.
Yeah, she's amazing, isn't she? I love her music as well.
And funnily enough, just doing some research about you, I found that track, and it features all my favourite artists. You know, Angie Stone. I believe Missy Elliott might have been a part of that track, and your dear self also. And yeah, that's why we kind of selected to play just before you came on as well. Beautiful track.
Yes, awesome. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Juanita, for being our special guest this evening.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so you've been singing since you were 5 years old, and you grew up in a church, I believe. Is that where you got your vocal training from?
Yes, my father had a church. You know, he's a pastor. I had 8 sisters and 1 brother, and we all used to sing together. That's where it all started.
Just a quick question I have, because I'm always interested, because most of the great singers, and in fact, a good majority of the great singers come from a very gospel background. And it seems like that's almost like background training for most singers. I mean, are you taught to actually sing in church, or do you just go there and you're just part of a choir and you sing and it's just something you establish, or do you actually get vocal training?
Well, you know, I say, you know, choir, you can hide in a choir, whether you can sing or not, you can hide. And there's not any amount of vocal training that can be done if you don't have the gift. But my mother actually took time to train me, and my sisters, but she took more time out with me. So that's the reason why I'm like probably a little more vocal, you know, out singing more so than my sisters, and some of them are, but the training definitely starts. That's definitely the foundation of a lot of musicians in the music industry. It started in church.
Yeah,
Yes.
you kind of saw that a lot, but you obviously, was it you that had the gift then, seeing as though your mum made more attention to you and there was 8 of you say?
Yeah, let me tell you, I have a sister, my sister Robbie. She reminds me of an Aretha Franklin that can belt, and then my sister Wilhelmina, she's like a Jennifer Holiday. My sister Patty, she can sing like Minnie Riperton. She can hit the high notes. We all had a gift, but I don't know what my mom saw different in me, and maybe it was because I was so young. I don't know, but I always thought all my sisters' voices were just amazing, and I used to think I wish I could scream like that and just belt, you know. But my voice, I guess, is a little more passionate, you know, and so yeah. But they all can sing, you know. My mom just saw something different in me. I'm gonna have to ask her what that was.
Yeah. Okay. Between you and your sisters, you was called the Wynn sisters. That's correct.
Correct.
What was it like working with them?
You know, I think I always had an attitude. I don't know, probably because I was young, and you know, young, you probably wanted to go out and play, or I don't know, you know, and they'd say, you know, sing, Juanita. Well, then fine, someone else will sing it. But you know, I was young, and I think we did a lot of harmonizing and laughing together for the most part, you know. Being number six, I'm number six, so I was the youngest in the group. So, you know, the rest is like, hey, you know, they had a language that they spoke. I remember they had inside jokes. I didn't know what they were talking about. You know, I'm like, I was trying to decode it. I could never figure it out. But I was young, you know, I was the youngest one in the group, but we all had a connection. We could harmonize. We didn't give parts to one another. We didn't say, you do this. We knew our part already, but sometimes if you missed a note, we knew how to just fall right in. You know, it's a sister thing, I think.
Are you all quite close as sisters then? I mean, there's 8 of you. What's it like growing up in a house full of ladies?
You know, what I've learned as I've gotten older, I realized that we all had our different experiences. I want the older to understand me, and the older probably wants me to understand them, but it's like 8 sisters. I was close to my brother because he's right under me, and my sister Sharon, who's under him. And so I didn't want to play with the younger kids, and the older kids didn't want to be bothered sometimes. But some kind of way I connected with the older through music, and my younger sister and sisters and my brother, you know, I'd help me and my brother. We used to do little home movies. My brother actually has a television network, the Wynn Network. So he's gone on doing movies. I've gone on doing music. So we all connect according to our ages, I guess, you know, and where we were, you know.
It's just great to see that you guys are all just kind of working together and going off and doing different things and still keeping the family name with it all. It's great. Thank you.
It's tough sometimes. Sometimes we're looking at each other sideways, like, but we still family. You better not say nothing about my sister or my brother. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's still family. Big families. People think they want big families. But it's a lot of work. I feel for my mother because I had 2. And I'm like, gosh, Mom, how'd you do it with 9? Wow. But yeah, but we're respectful to one another.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So when did you actually break away from your sisters and decided to go solo?
You know, I was the different child all the way around 360. So I think that I embraced a lot of different music outside of the gospel, and it made me a little more curious. You know what I'm saying? So I was constantly sneaking over to the R&B and trying to listen to Prince's album. I had some albums hidden under the mattress because, you know, we weren't supposed to listen to that music when we were younger, but I hid albums under the mattress, and I think I gravitated to that. And being that there was a period of time I was away from my family, I think I just embraced different music. You know, I got really, really into the R&B, and I liked soft rock. I like I like a lot about jazz. I just all the way around. I just love music. You know, so happened pretty young.
And that was a question I was going to ask because most people that have grown up within a gospel background, especially you are the daughter of a pastor, and R&B back then could be considered almost the devil's music, right? You could be,
Oh yeah.
thrown out from your home if you were going to parties or dressing a certain way and not listening to gospel.
Yeah.
What was your father or your parents like in terms of your appreciation of R&B? Were they strictly against it, or did they support you?
No, absolutely not. I no, there was no support whatsoever in that area, you know, because it was a little more taboo to mix the both. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I grew up quite a bit of my life in a girls' school and in group homes and foster homes. I was a runaway, teen runaway, um, in search of me, you know, and I got to know many people from different walks of life and different genres and types of music. I was just, I think music was my way of connecting and healing within, you know, and it just happened to not always be gospel music, you know. Stevie Wonder's song, I remember I was at the Circus that we had in Reno, Nevada. It's a hotel casino, and they had a jukebox in the arcade area, and I used to play Stevie Wonder's song "That Girl," and my last pennies I was playing on that song, that Stevie Wonder's song "That Girl." I mean, it's like it would talk to me. And then on the gospel side, there was Shirley Caesar. She told stories at the time in her music, and it seemed like and I think kids today do the same thing. They look to music for answers, you know, to say what they can't say. And sometimes us as grown people, you know, I just need a song to say what I'm feeling, you know. And so they didn't embrace it. You know, my mom, she's still struggling. But at this point, she's like, Juanita, I love you, you know, and I love my mother so much. I appreciate her for being so patient with me. And understanding that I've been different. I'm just different, and I embrace that.
Did your siblings also embrace R&B as well, or are they still heavily into the gospel side?
I think they sneaky. I hope they watching too. I think they be sneaking.
They're sneaking in the R&B and listening to it, right? They got the MP3s somewhere stored in their computers, in their hard drives.
Yep, something somewhere. There's something somewhere, y'all. I know. Yeah, but I think that most of them are pastors' wives or are pastors, you know. So I think that, you know, that's kind of maybe keeps them from being really open about it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I've just got one more thing before I'm going to let Lorraine carry on speaking, but it is actually well documented about your past life and that you lived in shelter homes and you were a runaway and everything. And that's been the creative source of your music. You wouldn't probably be able to make this beautiful music without going through some of these things that you've gone through. And I kind of want to talk about that later, but I'm going to hand it back over to Ms L Vibez because I know she's got a question for you also.
Sure.
Well, the question I was going to ask is probably being answered, but I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you who inspired you. You mentioned Shirley Caesar. Is there anybody else that inspired you to sing the songs you do?
I mean, I had a Shaka Khan album as well in one of the group homes I was in. And it's funny you asked that because I had went home to visit and I thought about that because I took a drive with a couple of my girlfriends that came up there with me for a concert I had to sing in. And we drove up there. It's in a little town called Carson City, Nevada. And when I got to the walkway, I started crying. I got all kind of pictures and stuff. I haven't posted any of it yet because it's a whole story behind it because it was the first time I was to be like away from my family. And but there was this Shaka Khan album. I had this little play school album. Record player. And I would play that Shaka Khan album on there, all Night in Tunisia, and just I loved how she did, you know, I just loved it. That's why I like scatting. I loved her music. I loved her voice. I got a chance to work with her too, as well. But I just was like, you know, I just embraced real music. You know, I love notes. I love changes. I love tones. You know. So she was a great influence, but she was one of many.
Okay.
And the funniest thing is, you said when you were going through some of the issues that you faced, and you said gospel wasn't the music that could get you through it, and you needed something real, because gospel will talk about the scriptures and praise the Lord and all those good things, but they can't really help you in the real world to find the answers that you're looking for, and you found that in R&B. Yeah. And specifically over that also, you now are involved in a lot of things. I mean, you are a group home counsellor, you travel the country, and you're now a motivational singer as well as a singer-songwriter. So some of the things that you've been through, that comes out in your music, and you also go out there and preach and teach to other people as well.
Yeah, yeah. More so teach or tell my story. I don't think I'll ever get to the place to where I feel like I can preach to anyone or tell anyone, you know what I'm saying, what to do about their life, you know. But I can tell my story. I can share that, because at the end of the day, people have their own walk, and a lot of times, you know, we want to stop you from the cliff. Listen, if you could just... But sometimes it's not meant for you to do that all the time. And it's a hard realization when love is involved. And I believe my parents probably felt the same way about me and my siblings. You know, at the end of the day, they have to find out about this thing called life on their own. And but love is very powerful, you know, and it is the one thing that I think
can make you do a whole lot of stupid things.
Absolutely. Oh, look, that's another show.
It's a whole new show, I'm telling you.
Ooh, we need to come back for that one. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Mm.
Yeah.
So, go on, Lorraine, sorry.
No. I was actually going to play a song, actually. Of Juanita's, one that really touched me, and I'm sure it touched a lot of other women as well. So would you mind if I just play a little snippet from it?
Absolutely.
I'm just going to play a little snippet. Okay, guys? This is featuring Key Jam.
Yes.
Don't leave this way, 'cause I'm afraid we went too far this time. Things are out of control. We lost the sunshine and love we used to know. You and I used to be together, so in love. Baby, what happened to us? I don't wanna let it go. I want to let it go. I wanna let it go. It's so hard to move on. If we say that love is gone, why is it so hard to let go?
Absolutely awesome song, awesome lyrics.
Do you know, I think
Yes.
all women could sing that song and relate to it at 110%. It's ridiculous. And I heard
Yeah.
you say in an interview, you said that if you think it's over, why is it so hard for us to move? Why do we hang on in there when it's time to
Yeah.
go? You know,
Yeah.
it's so applicable.
Yeah, I think it is hard. When I mean, it's matters of the heart. We women love hard. We, for the most part, you know, if
We're
we love
emotional.
you, yeah, and if we love you, we really love you, we love you. You know, it's like we're there. I mean, we're understanding. I mean, that was my experience. I can only speak for myself at that time and what I was dealing with, but for the most part, I've found that that's the truth. I mean, but that's how powerful love is, you know? I mean, and I'm not going to exclude the men because I know some men who love some women as well and try and, you know, but I know as women, we love hard. We're very emotional.
And as quoted on your website as well, you put relationships without challenges aren't worth a dime, and I think we can attest to that. You know, who wants a boring relationship where it's all sweetness and light and you don't have a row in between? So you've got to have some of that, I think. And,
Absolutely.
it's never plain sailing, and plus you wouldn't have anything to write about if it was the case.
That's right, nothing. But right now there's plenty. There's plenty. It's a
So
beautiful thing.
So before we carry on about your music, one question I wanted to ask you was that you spoke at some kind of keynote speech about the exploitation of women in music.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the industry at the moment and how they deal with women?
Well, you know, at that time when I was asked to be the speaker, keynote speaker at Fordham University in New York, I started doing my research because they were talking about, they wanted me to speak about the exploitation of women in the music industry. And that's when I found out about Susan Bartman. I didn't know about her. I don't know if you ladies know about her, but all she went through and how they had exploited her body, her backside was put in museums, and it was just they literally cut her to pieces just to show her body parts in a museum. And a lot of times I think as women, we think we need to have all these things, you know, like the big butt or, you know, or the big lips or whatever. We're just constantly trying to alter what we've been given, you know, to enhance it and maybe fix it. I mean, I want to say, can we really say we're doing it for ourselves? I mean, you know, I don't know. Maybe someone might argue that point, but I think it's to fit into a look that society is asking us to have. And so that's what I spoke about in the music industry, the music videos. Lupe Fiasco has a song out, and it's called, you know, it's a cuss word in it, but it talks about bad bees. But it's showing how the children are watching us, you know, rather our daughters are looking at us as women and how we carry ourselves. Our sons are looking at us, singing along to songs that are calling us bees and hoes. And then he's like, okay, so it must be okay, you know. And I think that, you know, we're just being exploited, you know, I mean, in the industry still.
And I know in the time that we're at now, and we're still being sexualized, you could say, and overtly sexualized. And I think
Yes.
it's getting younger also. And I think, you know, the young girls coming into the industry are thinking that they have to wear these sort of clothes, be this certain way, have a certain style. It's
Absolutely.
And it's sad, and we're still buying the music and still encouraging people to buy the music. But we do have people like yourself, and you know, you don't aspire to that sort of thing. You have a very, very eclectic look. I love it. I've been seeing some of your videos and everything.
Thank you.
And you have a fabulous, fabulous style. So I'm glad you don't try and fit into those kind of sexualized norms that are going on, and speak out about it, because we need more women to do that. Only we can kind of make the change by speaking out a lot more, or not agreeing to some of the things that we're supposed to do in the industry. So I applaud you there.
Thank you. I mean, because I feel like there's nothing wrong with being sexy, but there's a classy sexy. You know what I'm saying?
And a trashy
We're women.
sexy.
Is it exact? And there's a time for everything, even that. You know. But hey, just being real. You know.
Yeah.
But save something. I worked at Norfolk University, and I remember they had a pajama party. I was worked in one of the residential homes. And they were having a pajama party, and the girls were walking out, and these pajamas they had on, I was like, that's not a pajama. That's negligee. There's a difference. But the boys were barely looking. And I think that they're like, okay, maybe they could be thinking I've seen enough, or, wow, okay, you know, they look, but it's like sometimes it's overkill. I think you got to save a little something, you know, just a little bit.
To be a little bit more mysterious, I would say.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So sorry, Lorraine. Did you have a question?
No, carry on.
So what's the actual industry like? Because it's not really glitz and glamour, is it? I mean, you have worked with some amazing artists. Your repertoire just speaks volumes. I could go, you know, Angie Stone, Quincy Jones, Beyonce, Tyrese, so many people you've worked with. But what's it like in the actual industry in terms of collaborating with these artists, or even just being a singer-songwriter in there? Is it difficult, or as hard as they say, or is it easy? Or and it's a difficult question. I'm not putting it right at all, but what I'm trying to say is, I suppose, in terms of the industry, is it a difficult industry to be in?
It's difficult if you are trying to go it alone. I think it's important that you try and find someone that you can trust to give you some information if you get in the industry. I'm talking about you playing with the big dogs. You know, I think you got to have a mentor, someone that, and that can be questionable too, but for the most part, you know, enjoy what you do. When it comes down to the business part, just make sure you get it in black and white, and that eliminates a lot of drama. You know, can you write that on the contract? Can you sign here, and we do the split sheet, and you know, just to maintain relationships. You know, because there was a time I was just writing songs, and I was like, they said, that song is dope. And I was like, you like it? Yes, you can have it. They were like, what? Yeah, you can say you wrote it. I wasn't even thinking until Robert Brookins said to me one time. Robert Brookins is the gentleman who sings Where is the Love with Stephanie Mills. Okay. And Robert Brookins, he told me, he said, God bless his, he's passed on now, but he said, Juanita, now if you are driving in your car and that song is playing and it's making millions, you're going to be upset, because that is you. That is your signature. That's you. You got to do everything you can to protect you and what your gift is, what you have. Protect it. And I think that's the same thing for musicians. Sometimes you're so anxious and you're just so happy to be in the in crowd, or be, you know, working with who you're working with, that sometimes you just forget to handle the business. But this is the music business. It's probably, they say 25, I might be getting this wrong, but I know I ain't far from it. 25% music, 75% business, you know, and it's the truth. I mean, I had money out there I didn't even know I had. I didn't even collect it until like many years later. I had SAG-AFTRA was looking for me. I said, well, they weren't looking too hard, you know. I said, well, your name is up there. There's some money. And sure enough, I mean, accumulated for over a period of years. So it's a lot of the business that we don't know. There's so much business that we kind of skip because we love the gift. You know, we like the music, you know. So
Ms L Vibez is doing something up there.
Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I can imagine, I can just imagine how hard it is in the industry, being a woman as well.
Oh, that's a whole nother, yes, a woman. Yeah, you have to be careful how you carry yourself because it's mostly men, you know, and so there's a certain way you have to carry yourself so nothing gets misconstrued, you know. I wasn't a weed smoker or a drinker, you know. When I go to the studio, I'm like, they give me something and I'd be so focused on trying to write because I just said to myself at this time, I was living in New York City because I got the deal with Sony. I was like, if I could just write one song, one hit, I can be able to go back home and see my mom. It had been 5 years, and that's when the Destiny's Child situation came through. But my focus was not on trying to hook up, you know, because you know, yeah, my that wasn't what my objective was, you know. But
Can
I
you
just
tell
wanted
us
to do
about?
the music.
Can you tell us about Destiny's Child and what happened there? Because that sounds like it was a slight change of life there.
Listen, there were some writers, big draws they were called, Tanisha and Chanel Red. And when I tell you, when I first got to New York, my writing was I was trying to mix the gospel lyrics in with the R&B on accident. That's what I knew. And they were like, no, you don't want to say thou. You probably need to say the. Stuff like that, you know. And Rockwilder, Dana Stinson, Rockwilder had these tracks and he gave us these tracks. And the first one was like he did like this remix, this sample of Natalie Cole's Inseparable. And I heard that when he kept where she comes in and says, inseparable. And right there, I was like, since it was in there, we got to do something with it. So I was like, if I don't pick up the phone like I used to for you. That's how that came to be. When we finished that song and we started bouncing off of each other, when we finished that song, next thing I know, I get a call from the girls saying, Beyonce loves it. She's like, wants us to come in the studio and you know, work. So we went to the studio. They were there, and what they did was they played for us what they had already recorded. So the feeling was like, what? You know, Beyonce's right here, Kelly, Michelle, you know, their dog that was chewing up the flour on my flip-flop. It was, I didn't care. It was just beautiful. And they had another track, and Beyonce was like, I don't hear anything. It's just, I don't hear, nothing is coming to me. But they played this track, and we were sitting in this corner, around in this circle. And I was like, I can't sit in this circle. For me, I got to get in front of the speakers. I need it loud. And we were just talking, and nothing was moving. And I was like, gosh, should I start? And I started writing what I was feeling. Wait a minute. I think I better take some time and clear my mind, because if I don't, I might scream. And then I sang that. We started bouncing off each other. Beyonce was like, I said, can we turn it up? She was like, yeah. We went in front of the speakers and turned it up. She was teaching me how to do the Tootsie Roll or the butterfly, whatever. You know, and I came up with the hook. Ain't no feeling like being free when your mind's made up, your heart's in the right place. Yeah. And then after that, I mean, they were like, can you go in and record that? I said, yeah. You know, they had to leave. So, and, but I was always forever grateful for the connection that I had with Big Draws while we were doing that process, we were like on a roll. And they're still great writers, but that was a great experience. Beyonce's so talented, her harmonies, and I mean, it just was a nice gel. Yeah, beautiful experience.
Oh my gosh. Well, at least you can have some memories like that. I couldn't say I have got one of those in my memories, but.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
So, do you find writing relaxes you, eases tension? Do you use writing that way, or when do you get the feeling to start writing? Is it when you feel emotional, or is it something happening, or does it just come to you? Or
Sometimes I'll just feel something, what I'm feeling right now is like and I'll say I need to see if I have a track that fits what I'm feeling right now. And I have so many tracks from Jonathan Richman, who did Make It Right. He's an amazing producer. And Ivan Johnson, Ivan Johnson did the next single that's getting ready to come out that you all get to hear soon. But I just would go through the tracks from some of the producers that I have, mostly those two, and they always had something that fed my emotion. And so I definitely write, or if I'm in a writing room and I have to write for someone and they're like, this is the track, I'll just put myself in that place wherever I need to be. I try to know as much as I can about the artist, so I'm not writing something that they can't relate to. So I try to keep it general, but yeah, I definitely am moved off of the emotions. I don't have to go off of the present one. I've had so many different ones from different times in my life. It's easy to pull from something you already know or have experienced.
Okay, thank you for that, Lorraine. I feel like I'm taking over all the questions.
No,
Come on,
you know
Lorraine.
what? You've absolutely amazing, House Party Queen. You are absolutely amazing with these questions. Definitely. Juanita, when you're not singing and when you're not writing, what does Juanita like to do?
I like movies. I've been saying this because I do. I love movies. I love a good movie. I like to go hang out with my girlfriends and just talk, laugh, eat some good food. We do different programs. We put on programs in her backyard. We did something for a Christmas giveaway drive for kids that were in a shelter, homeless women and children. We've worked with them. I have a foundation called Whirlwind Foundation, and that's what it's mostly geared towards. So it's like I enjoy life. I try my best to live. I'd rather be happy than sad. Let me say that, and in life, you have to find those things that make you happy, because there's so many things that transpire to make you sad, looking at the news, something so simple as that. You've got to find some happy within and try to be around people who, you want to be happy together, So, yeah.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
Positive vibes.
Might even like to go skating, it could be anything for me.
I've seen actually on your website where it says heal the child within and watch the adult with passionate purpose. Sorry. My reading was just off key right there.
Okay.
I love these little anecdotes, or not anecdotes, these little statements that you have on your website. They are really inspiring, but it's obviously reflective of some of the things that you've been through yourself. Do you feel that you've had to heal the child within your music? Is that what you think you've done?
Oh, within the life, within the past, things you experience, and, you feel guilty for even feeling them. But in that guilt, it keeps you from healing. If you live in that guilt, then you'll never heal. So I I just felt like I needed to heal that child within. Is that me?
Sorry, I can hear music.
Me too. And I don't know who it's coming from.
Sex with me so amazing. All this all work, no vacation. Stay up off my Instagram, pure temptation. Hit a switch.
Go Rihanna.
We got it sorted. We got it sorted.
Yeah, so, but yeah, pretty much that is, I think a lot of times without that healing, we, how can you move forward? You know, you got to heal. And there's some hurting people out there and that never, I even talk about the children, you know, after the pandemic going back to school. I think we forget that some of them have lost loved ones, lost relatives, lost friends, and there should have been a moment of grief counseling, because we're expected to just go on and never heal. So that pain could be anything. My father died when I was 17, and I think the hardest thing for me was that when he died, we weren't speaking, you know, and that was a hard, very hard thing for me, because I loved him, you know, but not being able to communicate just gets in the way of the growth, you know. And so when he passed, he was gone. He was gone, and you can't fix it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna actually play your new track for the listeners to have a listen to in a little while. You work a lot with Key Jam, my friend Key Jam.
Yes.
How did that come
My
about?
friend. You know, Key Jam asked me if he could send me a couple tracks, right? To write to, and I was like, okay, you know, sure. You know, he said, well, we do this agreement, you know, can you try your hand at it? It took me probably almost a year to write to that track. Key Jam will tell you, I think it was almost a whole year. And then finally, you know, he was like, what's going on? You know, and I was like, it was perfect for where I was at in my life. I wrote to that song right on time. Let It Go happened when it was supposed to happen. And it was right on time. So at that point, it was like, oh, and the rest was there. Here we are still. He's always been forthcoming and very open and honest, you know, about anything I have to ask him about music or the industry. He's always been very forthcoming and open and honest and informative. So, yeah.
Yes, big up yourself, Key Jam, if you're listening to us.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to just play this song. And the very first time we heard it was at the Blackout Awards. And me and myself and House Party Queen went straight onto Google. We were searching for this track. And we was like, where is it? And I'm like, I've got it because I think I've got everything. And it hadn't even been released.
Have it.
No, but I didn't have it. I was just saying, yeah, I got it. But it wasn't even released yet. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need this track. It's absolutely amazing. I love it.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna play it for the listeners right now.
Oh, was it nice last night?
and I know it wasn't right. I said some things that I wish I could take back, babe. I took my pain out on you. Now I just wanna make it right. If you let me, I don't wanna take for granted what we have, and then pretend it wouldn't hurt me if you walk out that door. And I don't wanna be the reason we fall. So I'm gonna make it right tonight. I do remember when it was me, baby. Back when the tables were turned, it took some time for me to let it go. That's why I understand if you need space, but I'm hoping that it's not the case. Situations come and go to make us strong, babe. So I'm hoping that you won't be mad for long. I'm praying you and I can mend what's been broken. Back to love. So I'm gonna make it right. No more bringing up the past to each other. Let's go back to being friends and lovers. And I know there's so much more to discover. I know there's more, so much more. Baby, I just wanna put this all behind me. So we're back to love. So I'm gonna make it right. I don't wanna take for granted what we have. And then pretend it wouldn't hurt me if you walked out that door. And I don't wanna be the reason we fall. Yeah, fall apart. So I'm gonna make it right.
Yes, guys, do check that out. It's available. It's out now.
Yes.
Can you let the listeners know where they can get that from?
Right now, it's at Bandcamp, Juanita Wynn, bandcamp.com, juanitawynn.bandcamp.com. That's where you can find it right now.
Brilliant.
We're working on the other streams, right?
Do
We're
you know
working
something?
on, yeah.
I apologise. I've got to apologise for that track that came out. I've been smiling all through the track. I just thought out of all the tunes that could have come on by accident and played, it had to be that one. So my apologies for that coming on.
That's all right. That's Rihanna.
You saw me just furiously trying to plug out all these leads. If you see my setup here, I've got 2 laptops, a couple of other electrical equipment, and I didn't know where it was playing. So I thought, I haven't got it on this machine. So I was furiously trying to stop it there. So thank you for being so much fun about that track, and thank you so much, everybody. But
we've got about 9 minutes to go of the show. Can you believe how time goes fast? But can you just tell the guys how that song was inspired, because it's a beautiful track and it's got beautiful lyrics.
The lyrics are amazing. And Sharky DJ says he loves the lyrics.
Yeah, you know what? You just feel it. You feel the track, innit? You feel the music. You feel the lyrics. So would you like to talk about that just for a little while?
Well, I'll share with you ladies probably something I hadn't really shared in other interviews concerning the song in a little more in depth is when you love someone and it's real, you know, I think, and you make a mistake and mess up, You know, you got to fix it. You can't be afraid to be vulnerable and say, "Hey, listen, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that." You know, I know sometimes situations can push us, and this was a real situation. It can push us to a point, and we end up saying or doing something that we cannot take back. You know, and that's when the apology comes in, where you got to try and make that right. You know, and like I was telling you, like I said, a marriage or a relationship that hasn't been through anything is not really worth much. You know, it's the trial and errors. That's if both are willing to work at it. I'm not talking about where it's one-sided, but where you're both willing to try and you're both really trying to make it work and make it right. I think that's where the growth comes in, and that this song is birthed out of that type of situation, you know. But it's, as you see on the second verse, I said, I do remember when it was me. When the tables were turned, it took some time for me to let it go. In other words, we go through it. That's it's a back and forth thing. We make mistakes, you know, in love, in relationships. But if you're both trying, I think it's worth salvaging and saying, "Hey, I'll humble myself here and say, yeah, I own that. That's me. I should not have done that. I should not have said that." And that is a situation, because it's hard to fix it. Some words you can't come back from.
No.
You know, some words it's like, see you in the street and it's like you barely get a wave, you know. But then there's some things where you just got to know if it's worth trying, you know, to salvage it, then apologize. You know, and women, we want to be hard. I think we're all loving scared these days, rightfully so. A lot has happened, you know, but it just stunts the growth when you choose to put the wall up and, you know, be hard as opposed to loving, relaxing, and communicating and trying to make it right.
Yeah. These are all things I think that we're all learning as we're growing up. I think what we're taught by our parents to be, and how we actually grow up is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why we go through so much emotional torment, you could say, because we were taught one thing and all of a sudden we've got to be another. You're taught to be very strong and very independent. And by the time you get to be a woman in a relationship, you're taught to be open and vulnerable and more in touch with your emotions. So it's hard. And then I suppose when you're hurt, that wall goes up and it's very, very hard to come down, depending on the level of hurt that you've actually been through as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I say all the time, I never saw my parents fight. I never seen my dad yell at my mom. I never seen my mom go. I mean, we just didn't see it. And so I figured, you know, when I get in a relationship, you know, we're going to just be happy. And the first time I got in a relationship and, you know, he called me out of my name, I was young. I thought the world was coming to an end. Like, what? You know, I didn't see that, you know, at home. With my father being a pastor. Now, if they did, it was behind closed doors. They didn't let us see that. We just didn't see it. So, but I think they did a great injustice.
I was going to say, I don't know whether it helped or not, because if you didn't see that, you grow up in life with a false sense of security, really, in that you think that all marriages and all relationships are utopia and it's all going to be in heaven, when in reality it isn't. It's always a challenge. It's always a rocky road you're walking or climbing.
Yeah, everybody becomes next. Oh, you know what? You're nothing like my dad. Next. Nope. You're not like my dad. No. And when in fact, of course, my dad was not perfect, but I was 17. Like I said, I don't know that I saw him as just a provider, you know, and a good husband and pastor. So, yeah, I wish I could have seen a little bit of, well, I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to allow them to see a healthy relationship.
Yeah. Well, You've been absolutely amazing, Juanita. I can't believe the time we've been having so much fun, and you know,
Listening to that tune by Rihanna.
Yeah, you know, people gonna be like, she wrote that.
And we've really enjoyed hearing your story and your journey of music. We've got just about
Absolutely.
2 minutes to go, so we've got to say goodbye to the listeners on GY Radio. So goodbye, people from GY Radio.
Good night all.
Good night. Yeah. So we just want to say thank you for joining us this evening. I wish we
Thank you.
could stay longer, but we might
Yeah.
have, maybe one day we'll have to get you back again and talk some more. You've been brilliant,
Absolutely.
hasn't she, as Party Queen?
Oh, she's been amazing, and you know, just the knowledge that you have on the life experiences you've had, and that knowledge that you can pass on to other people. Definitely, we have to get into some sort of other conversation with you, for sure.
Absolutely. I'm open. Just let me know. I'm here, ladies.
Next week, Thursday.
Yep.
All right,
That's
we'll
it.
talk. We'll talk.
Okay, guys. I'm going to end the show now, and I'm going to play one of my favorite tracks from Juanita, and it goes a little something like this. So, guys, can you please put Juanita in the chat, guys? Juanita Wynn. Do check her out on all platforms where you can listen to music. Check her out on her Bandcamp. Absolutely amazing.
You're so young, can't find your way, thinking that your life is over. Your teenage years were at a standstill, and you had to grow up fast. Now you spend your days and nights crying. You'll never see the good right there in your grasp. Living in the past, oh no, you can't keep thinking that your life is wasted. Listen to me, you can't keep thinking about the time that was stolen. You never grow, you'll never grow, living lost in the past. Oh no, the heavy load, give it to him and let. Take one look all around you and see you are not alone. We all have pain of our own. When your heart is on lock, you won't let love come in. You become lost, alone, and so confused. This battle you will lose. Oh no, you can't keep thinking that your life is wasted. Listen to me, you can't keep thinking about the time that was stolen. Oh no, you'll never ever grow. You'll never grow, living lost in the past. Living lost in the past. Heavy load, give it to him and let. Everything that happens is for a reason. If you
Oh
just
gosh,
want to see a new
listen
season,
to the lyrics.
every single thing is in divine order. Every memory from your broken heart, you can turn your scar into a shining star. Into a star. Let him. You can't keep thinking that your life is wasted. Listen, young girl, you can't keep thinking about the time that was stolen. And you'll never ever grow. You'll never grow, living lost in the past. Living lost in the past. Heavy load, heavy load, give it to him. Keep thinking that your life is wasted. Don't think your life is wasted. Keep thinking about the time that was stolen. You'll never grow. You'll never grow, living lost in the past. Living lost in the past.
Absolutely love it, love it, love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Juanita.
Absolutely.
You've been amazing. You've been amazing. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
joining
ladies.
us. And
Absolutely. Thank you.
And I'm sure House Party Queenie will be getting in touch with you and getting you on her show. She does a host to house show, isn't it? Is that what it's called?
I do. It's called Host to House. And actually next week I do have a 2-hour discussion. There's a group of us ladies and we've got a couple of topics that we're going to be talking about. So if you do want to join, that would be fantastic. Yes. We're going to be talking about a range of topics out there. So it'd be great to have you on. So we'll be in touch to come on next week.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
I've had such a great time. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay,
Same
so
here.
Mixed Clouders, thank you for joining us this evening. Hope you enjoyed Juanita. Yeah. And that was the Vibes Thursdays. And I'll be back next week from the hours of 10 until midnight with more music, more vibes, and some of Juanita's tunes.
Great.
And thank you, House Party Queen, for being my guest today as well. Also,
Yeah.
you yourself has been amazing as well. So, guys, put HPQ in the chat also. Okay. Yes, thank you. We're gonna end it now, and we catch up soon, Juanita.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Juanita. It's been a pleasure. We're going to push you back into the green room for now, off screen, whilst Lorraine says her goodbyes, and she's off already. Wow, what a great show, Lorraine. What a great show.
It was a great show, definitely. Juanita's just absolutely amazing. She is.
Amazing.
Her voice, oh my days, I just touch it. I just feel it. Feel the vibes.
It's not even that. It's just the content of her lyrics are just so powerful. It's not often sometimes that you listen to the lyrics. You will hear a song and sometimes you sing along and you don't even know what you're singing. And it just sounds good. And then when you actually work out what they're saying, you either agree or don't agree with it. But with Juanita's lyrics, they're just, I don't know, they're just so real and applicable. And you just hear everything. I love it. Powerful words, I would say.
Powerful, definitely.
Also. Are we? Is that up to tell us to get off the stream? Do you think we're being?
I believe so. So, guys, yes, Mixed Clouders, thank you. Big yourselves up, and thanks for joining me. And I'll catch you. You'll catch me next week. Okay, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
This is GY Radio, the little station with big intentions. You better know that.
Here We Go Travels, creators of the Mini Breaks, invites you all to the Amsterdam City Weekender and Reggae Festival 2022. Come and see the sights of this beautiful city and experience the sweetest reggae vibes in Amsterdam. Get your 2-day Reggae Lake Festival pass and see artists like Sean Paul, Coffee, Morgan Heritage, Burning Spear and many more. There'll also be a welcome party hosted by Lady G and GT Empress, a city day trip and shopping, the Black Heritage Excursion and boat cruise, plus your 3-night stay in a 4-star hotel. This all takes place on Friday the 19th to the 22nd of August. Package prices are priced at £475 and includes all travel transfers for the weekend. £160 deposit secures your space. So book now because spaces are limited. Call 0774 830 6113 or email herewegotravels@outlook.com.
James Shoe Care is your multi-service store in Barkingside, and Martin Winter has now been trading there for 13 years. Repairing your shoes, cutting your keys, engraving and supplying your sports trophies, stocks, leather and travel goods, repairing your watches and giving you the best service ever. He opens from 9 to 5:30 Monday to Saturday. So pop in. James Shoe Care, 97 High Street, Barkingside, Essex, IG6 2AH. Visit jscbarkingside.co.uk. Call 07 985 118 123. James Shoe Care, Barkingside. We're not just a load of cobblers.
Martin Winter and Michael Simon invites you to Celebration of Life on Saturday, 24th of September, taking place at the beautiful Woolston Manor Country Club, Chigwell, Essex, IG7 6BX. It's the black and white Leo and Virgo affair. Men in suits, ladies in dresses. From 9 till late, there will be 2 rooms of ultimate raving experience. Room 1, Studio Express, MJR Roadshow, Swaby Irie, ELC and DMAC, hosted by Fats OHO. Room 2, Mosty G, DJ Countryman, DJ Christos, Sharky DJ, PC Nightlife featuring Errol Lloyd, hosted by Polito Don. This is a ticket-only event. Early birds £20, then £25 thereafter. Available from getyourtickets.co.uk, MSP, James Shoe Care, or the DJs. Group bookings and VIP tables are available with coaches from Birmingham. Call in 07985 118 123. Celebration of Life, Saturday 24th of September at Woolston Manor. Let's all celebrate life together. Live media and hospitality by House Party Queen.
Prestige Promotion presents Ladies Delight Part 2. 10 till 4, Saturday 25th of June at the Refreshment Rooms. 127 Stratford Broadway, London E15 4BQ. 100% great music played by London's top sounds and DJs. Unity Sound, Senator B, Equation Roadshow, and Roborank's a bonafide one. Father Reeves will be celebrating his birthday. Advance tickets are £12 with no booking fee. Available from all usual outlets, Eventbrite or getyourtickets.co.uk. Info 077 95 907 967. Don't miss it. Ladies Delight, Saturday 25th of June at Refreshment Rooms in Stratford.
This October, MCO Emporium bring you the Green Dress Ball.
Green dress, black tie.
Saturday, 8th October, Pall Mall, London.
In a mansion in the heart of London. 11 rooms, 3 floors, one amazing experience. The Champagne Bar, Latin Quarter with DJs Peacekeeper and Mikumba. UK Unsigned Room with special guests Paul Dawkin and Audrey Scott performing an exclusive show. Entertainment in the Vault and the main ballroom by Mr. Marlon, PD Cooley, Philip Level, Mr. B, Eddie Nestor and Robbie G, Fats OHO and special guest PA by CC Foster. Hosted by Alison Manson and Martin Winter. For tickets and more information, visit the website mco-emporium.com or call the event line 07555 333 259.
Saturday the 8th October, the Green Dress Ball.
We worldwide, baby! With DJs from London, Birmingham, Wolverhampton, Coventry, Nottingham, Northampton, Wales, Essex, Bournemouth, Leeds, Manchester, and the USA. We are GY Radio.
There ain't no other station like this.